I like this film. Good movie with Charles Bronson. Yeah, you're on a roll. You got some great clips. I had a clip picked out for this. Your clip's better than mine. You did a great job. I love this clip. All right, get it ready. Let's do it. Good afternoon. I'm Steve S.H. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500 here in beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. Today's topic is the film Mr.Majestyk. Now, before we get on to Mr.Majestyk, if you haven't subscribed, folks, please take a second and subscribe. We greatly appreciate you, and we appreciate our loyal subscribers. And we know we need you more than you need us. So thanks again for that subscribe. Now, let's get on to Mr.Majestyk. Mr.Majestyk was released in 1974, directed by Richard Fleischer, starring Charles Bronson, Lettieri, and Linda Cristal. Now, the basic story is this. Charles Bronson plays the part of Mr. Majestyk, Vince Majestyk, and he's a hard-working rancher. He owns a watermelon farm in Colorado, and all he wants to do is grow his watermelons, create his produce, sell his product, employ people, pay them, take care of business, and have a successful business like everybody else. But he comes up to his farm, and the guys are busy picking out there, and they've been replaced because some local thug has got rid of his crew, put on his old crew without the permission of Mr. Majestyk, and he's trying to get in on like a protection racket with Mr. Majestyk. And Mr. Majestyk's not having it. He is not dealing with this guy. I shouldn't say this, but he's not dealing with this bozo. Well, he handles this bozo, and he ends up in the city jail. Now, while he's in the city jail, he has a run-in with independent and mob hitman Frank Renda. Not a guy you want to get on his bad side. Well, he kind of gets on Frank Renda's bad side. And a little bit of a history develops there. Now they're getting to know each other, and Frank Renda doesn't like Mr. Majestyk. In fact, he wants to kill him. Not a good place to be in. Well, we've got a clip where Mr. Majestyk's with Nancy Chavez, who's going to be working with him, and some of her friends and family are going to be doing the work together, and he has an interest in her. He's going to start seeing her and that type of thing. And they're at this local diner, and Frank Renda shows, unannounced, and he's a wanted man, and he shows in this diner. Well, it's a great clip. Are you ready, folks? You ready? Marvin, you got it ready. And by the way, Marvin picked out this clip, so you can thank Marvin for this great clip. All right, Marvin, let's do it. Roll the clip.
How you doing, good buddy? Okay? I just came by to tell you stuff. Maybe you know it already. I want to make sure. I'm going to kill you.
Hey, there's a couple cops over there.
Yeah. Otherwise, you might be dead already.
When's this big event going to take place?
It's a difference. Tomorrow, next week, you can hide in the basement of that police station. Then I'm going to get you, my baby.
Seems like there's no use trying to get on your good side. Hey, why don't you call the cops?
Oh, you're back. What do you think about that clip? Don't mess with Mr. Majestyk. I thought that was a pretty good scene. He put him on his butt, and he looks at him and says, hey, why don't you call a cop? Why don't you call a cop, tough guy? I thought that was pretty cool. And he walks out. Yeah, Mr. Majestyk's a pretty cool character. Now, they filmed all over Colorado, and they needed a watermelon ranch to do the filming for the story. So they found this guy that had a 160-acre watermelon ranch, and they agreed to give him $1,000 for the exterior shots of the ranch and everything, and $3,500 to use the property and use the watermelons and the scenes, and for that permission. Well, the owner of the farm, watermelon farm ranch, agreed to this, but then he found out it was a huge production company. Big star attached, Charles Bronson. He got greedy and he said, look, if you want to use my farm, you want to use my ranch, it's going to cost you $10,000. Well, the production company agreed to it because they found a good location and they liked what they had there. They didn't want to pay that kind of money, but they did. So being greedy gave him a big profit. But I don't think it was right. I'd have been happy with the $3,500. In fact, I'd be happy with $3,500 today, folks. That's a lot of money. He didn't have to do anything, just let them use the ranch, that's all. Well, greed. Now, in the course of making this film, they had a lot of stunts with a 1968 Ford F-100 pickup truck was used for the stunt scenes. And the Ford Motor Company was so happy with the clips from this movie that they used a lot of those clips for their own commercials to market and promote their 1976 Ford trucks. And the first day of filming, Charles Bronson got a little irritated because the transport truck, which was bringing the vehicles over for the scene, was running late and behind the schedule. And I guess the crew and everybody was kind of bored. They were standing around. So Bronson made the comment. He yells at the director and he says, "You know what this production company needs? It needs a European first assistant and a European crew." Well, he wasn't thinking, I guess, because you got an American first assistant, and you got an American crew. So he insulted some people, and they got a little pissed off. Well, they got through the day of shooting, and at the end of the day, the crew was about ready to walk. They were really upset with the comment, and they told the director, "We're leaving, we're going to walk." And the director talked him into staying, encouraged them to stay. We'll get through this. Don't take it personal, that type of thing. Well, through the rest of the shooting of the film, they avoided Mr. Bronson, and they would acknowledge him or talk to him. They would always address him as Mr. Bronson. Finally, Charles Bronson went to the director and said, "I don't know what's going on with this picture, but nobody calls me Charlie. Everybody's calling me Mr. Bronson." Well, you pissed some people off, Charlie. You pissed some people off. Now, this film didn't have any awards, didn't make a huge amount of money, but it was a success. It did make money, but it just didn't have the kind of success that they wanted. And the mixed reviews on it. Some people liked the film, some people didn't like the film. They thought it was overdone. I think it's a little bit overdone, but I think it's still a great story, and it's Charles Bronson. How can you not like Charles Bronson? So we've got some special quotes, no reviews, but special quotes from the film that I think you're going to enjoy. So I'm going to put my glasses on. We're going to give you the special quotes, and I'm going to put Marvin back to work, and he knows what I'm going to ask for. You ready, Marvin? Drum roll, please. Thank you, Marvin. I got to give him something to do, folks. I don't know why I find it comical. Do you find it comical, Marvin? No. I'm not comical? No. Well, I thought it was funny. All right, let's give him the special quotes from the film. We've only got 3, but I want to do it accurate, and I want to do it decent. Now, Frank Redna, the hitman, he's been kind of taken captive by Bronson. They had escaped, and he's got Frank Redna. He wants to turn him back into the local police and also turn himself in, but he wants to make a deal with the cops. So he's kind of in charge of things right now. And Frank Redna wants to be released. They've already escaped the police, but now he can't escape Mr.Majestyk. So Frank Redna wants to be released. So Frank Redna says to Mr.Majestyk, "We could be in L.A. tonight, get a couple of broads, go to Mexico City for a few days, cruise around in a boat, whatever you want." Mr.Majestyk says, "I've been to L.A. and I've been to Mexico, and I've been laid." And Frank says, "Well, what do you want?" Mr.Majestyk says, "I want to get my melon crop in." I thought that was pretty good. And there was a scene where Mr. Majestyk says to Frank, "Come on, Frank, let's finish it. I got work to do." I thought that was good. And that scene in the diner that you just saw, well, right before that happened, Majestyk was talking with Nancy Chavez. And they had a conversation. And in that conversation, Nancy Chavez says, "If you want to go to bed with me, why don't you just say so?" And Majestyk says, "I don't want to talk about it. I want to do it." Well, I figure that's a pretty cool character right there. You can see this film on Tubi, Apple TV, Prime Video, and I'm sure a few other places. It's a great film, an entertaining film, typical Bronson film, and it's got a great ending. So if you love Charles Bronson, if you love action, and you love, I won't say it's a great story, but it's a pretty good story, pretty decent story, check out Mr.Majestyk. You'll be glad you did. Hope you've enjoyed this look back on Mr.Majestyk. I'm Steve S.H. Walters for Breaking News 500. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.